Hello and welcome. My name is Marcin Pszczółka. I'm working as a product manager, mainly with Quadri product, but also more and more with NovoPoint. Today I will speak about export to IFC 4.3, and I will do the general session for both rail and roads, and you will understand the principles and how you can export data from the platform. So the agenda is it is like we have 5 points to go through. So I will focus in the first couple of minutes on a spatial breakdown structure. Then we also will look at that property set template, of course, conversion rules. The two new parts that will be shortly released with the newest version of Quadri and NovaPoint. It will be automatic properties export and also how you can export the segments of your road in the IFC 4.3. So I will not talk much during this session, or I will not use the slide deck. I will just directly go to the Quadri and will show you the live demo. So as you can see, I'm right now in the Quadri environment. For those of you who um, doesn't know what is Quadri, Quadri is it's a platform. It's the collaboration tool, and all objects here are stored as objects, and this is quite important to mention. So everything you can see here, it's objects. And in addition, we have a Nova Point. A Nova Point is used for the design of roads, railway utilities, tunnels, and bridges. So all this data are stored in Quadri, so directly are stored in Quadri. So all these models you see here are made by NovaPoint Road. So today I'm going to show you how you can export data, how you can export different models from Quadri to IFC 4.3. So for this particular demo, I have my model that I would like to use. So let me show it in a different view. So this is my road. This road we will try to export to IFC 4.3. So what you can do, so here you have Explorer and some folders where you can save your tasks, because everything you can see here in the ribbon, any action you can save as a task. So for example, export is also another type of the task. So I go to export tab, then I need to give a name. So we will of course export road. So road to IFC. Then I need to select objects. And first, we have something called dynamic query, and we can filter our objects based on some categories, like based on the task or objects or the location. So first, I know that I want to export this specific road model coming from NovaPoint, so I need to find this name directly here. So C7200 underscore and the demo. Yes, and I found that one. And you see I have 89 objects, and also my road is highlighted. It means that now I'm considering to export everything. But for example, I don't need all the objects. So based on this selection, I can go even deeper and say which objects I would like to have in my file. So uh, let's do like that. So I will select all of them, but for example, I don't need maybe cut layer. I don't need that one, and maybe I don't need also, I don't know. Let's see what we can have also here. maybe this is something I need. So you can also directly check what objects you have inside. I will click here and see if there is anything what I don't need. Something here, no. So maybe all of them are okay for me. Let's see here. Okay, base course, binder course, everything is correct. Soil cut slope, the same. So as you see, I can also go directly and check which objects I need in the export. So I'm now okay with 88 objects. So let's just go further with that. So I close. Now I need to go to the format selection. So I have to decide that I would like to go to the IFC. And in the settings, I need to just now provide a version. So this one will be 4.3 addendum 2. And this is the first place where you can start adding some information about your export. And of course, you can define your project name. So we will say that this is a demo 1510, just to have some text here. Description of the project. This is another attribute that could be exported. So you can also provide your own. I will say maybe it will be just Trimble Nova Point export, just to have like that. And then, of course, you have some extra attributes or some extra lines to fill in. But the next most important part in the export is this spatial breakdown structure. So spatial breakdown structure, it's this project tree. So each time you open your file, let's show it like that. So each time you open any viewer, so this tree on the right side, it's the spatial breakdown. So now you can decide how it's going to be exported. So when you look at this one, you can see that we have more definitions or more domains um, com combined in this view. So I know that I'm going to export my road. So I don't want to have this here. So we have a delete button. So I need, for example, select the bridge node and delete, railway node and delete. Facility I don't also need and delete. So now I'm okay just with my geo model, which is for my geotechnical stuff, like for example, cut layers or the terrain, and also different road parts or different road elements that I would like to connect to this tree. And as you see, we have a predefined project tree, and of course you can edit it yourself, and we will do this exercise soon. So I will say that for my case, I, for example, export the top layers of my road as a IFC courses, but I would like to really change this, and you will see how to do that. So let's keep it like that now. I just click OK. And the next main thing is just is to define conversion rules. So I need to go to the conversion rules and click on the conversion rules here. And as you can see, you have, for example, predefined here export road to IFC. So what I need to do, I need to copy them, and I will call them, of course, demo, the same demo 1510 to have some date to be to have a better control. And then I need to decide which version, and also I need to decide source compatibility and destination. In destination, it means that next, if I will create a new object catalog, I will always this conversion rules will always work in the next version. So I just I think I will keep like that. So both for the source and destination for the yeah, forward for the destination, and I will click save. Then I will get the conversion rules UI, and as you see, um, every all definitions are also pre-made, so you don't need to if you want to have a default export, you don't have to think about that. But as I said, we need to do some exercise with our top layers. So I know that in Quadri or in NovaPoint, we use this traffic lane object, and for the top layer. So I need to change the definitions of that one. So I just go to traffic lane, and then on the view mode, view attributes per object. This is where you have to click to see all attributes connected to your of exported object. And you see that we have some attributes that are pre-filled. So you have, for example, entity type, which is very important, but you have also color. You can decide what color. You have a name, object type, predefined type, tag. You can also add description if you wish. And yeah, this is probably, and also material you can also define. So there is more definitions that could be also uh, uh, defined here. But let's do the exercise as I mentioned. So we have a traffic lane. I will now change this IFC course to IFC slab. And what I need to do, I can also go to my IFC 4.3 documentation, and I will check what definitions do we have on for IFC slab. So I go to IFC slab, I click on IFC slab on the website, and then it will be possible for me to check what other predefined types definitions are allowed for IFC slab. And I see that we have, for example, wearing that could be interesting for me, or paving. So this one, the slab is used for represent a wearing course. Okay, let's go with that one. So I just copied these definitions. I go back to my uh, conversion rules editor, and I will just keep the entity type IFC slab. And then on the object type, we don't need anymore because we exactly know that we use the predefined type. And this predefined type will be now changed to wearing. So the new object, IFC object, will be the traffic lane will be sent to IFC slab with predefined type wearing. So if I'm okay with that one, I can just click save to be sure that everything is stored correctly. It's always wise to check if everything is stored correctly. Yes, we have predefined type wearing and IFC slab. Okay. But now I need to do the connection I made. So also we can select in this round the conversion rules for later, but I need to go back to my spatial breakdown structure, because as you remember, we don't have the new mm, object definitions here. So I need now to call to change the this object to IFC slab. So I just need to now, I'm on the quick way. So I will just take this IFC course and I will change it to IFC slab. I need to define the proper definition for the relation. So you don't have that much. We also implemented, there was a several selection in the past. Now we have only two, but you need to use this contain in spatial for if you want to connect your clickable object to this spatial entity. And also we need to define another extra key for the mapping. So as you remember, I selected this wearing. So now the system will know that IFC slab with the wearing predefined type will be connected to that one. But also what we can do, instead of having shoulder and this road part, so maybe we just place this IFC course, we can just now take it and just place it directly under IFC part, and this one we can delete. So that this kind of operation you can do on fly, and of course adjust your definitions, define your project tree as you wish. So now, as you see, I have just done I just everything combine into one entity of road part and change the course to slab, and course with for the road shoulder remains the same. So if I'm okay with that, I just click OK. So I selected conversion rules. Then I need to go to the, if I want to now save on my local machine, I just need to select the file and just need to place it somewhere on my drive. So I just click on the file, and as you see, I can do it here. So I will just route. demo 1510, just save it like that, and I can click finish. We will go back to this export because we will do also some extra operations, but just to show you what we done, we can just open this road demo in the free viewer, and you will see that we have now our road, you have our IFC road, we have also under carriageway, as you see, we have the slab and we have a course. So we just created new one. And also one comment here. So sometimes if you, for example, don't map correctly all your objects that are coming from conversion rules to your spatial breakdown structure, we create extra road part or extra railway part for your road domain. In this case, I know that this reinformed soil was not connected to my any of the road part. That's why we automatically created new road parts. So also remember that if you get some extra nodes, it's because of you forgot to combine it or connect it correctly to your main spatial breakdown structure. And of course, you can do it in the next round. Then, of course, if we are okay with that one, I can just minimize that down and we can go back to my export. So as you see, the road task is here. And what we will do now, I would like to also connect some information on my object. So I will go to the settings, again, to the spatial breakdown structure, and you will see that here I can go, for example, on the road, and I can define the property sets because sometimes it's required also to put the information on this level. So we can do this both, and probably you have seen in the past how we define it property sets directly here. You just click add button and you can define it. But I would like to show you something new, how we can add the property sets from the templates, and you can find the property template definitions here, and you can start defining your own property set that could be reused and distribute among different nodes. So I will create here, I will click add, and you have to define what type of the property set template is that, but in our case, it's you can just select not defined, and you will say, let's call it route common for this particular case, and I will click add, and then you can start adding some properties to your property set. So I will just set add, and here you have to define some how data types will look like and everything you see here, but I will just do very simple. Of course, you can try to understand, you have a lot of definitions, but for our case, I will just do it very basic. So I will just put a status, and I will just click add, and another one, I will just put the, let's say, MMI, and I will change maybe this one to the integer. Yes, and maybe we don't need also the units, so I will just add. So we have now two properties in the property set template. So I go back now to the spatial breakdown entity, and I will just click on the road. And on this node, I would like to now add this property set. So I will just click add from template, and you see that already I got this one. I will click select, and I now can provide also value. So I will call it in progress, and here I will say true 100. So now we also defined a property set on the IFC road, and as you can imagine, you can also, of course, connect this all property sets to different nodes, to different spatial nodes. For the objects directly, you do it in the conversion rules, but here you can only define the property sets for this spatial objects, road parts, facility parts, railway parts for road, this kind of objects. So I have this too. Let's see. I click OK, and I just click finish. And I will export new object or new model. So let's just refresh it. I just go it again, open my road to see if everything is connected. And as you see now, my IFC road got 2 extra properties uh, on the property set common tab. And if you want to reuse it for the future, it's wise to save your template or save your task export as a template. So maybe you can do this first time, or your BIM manager, BIM coordinator can do that, and just, even though not selecting objects at the beginning, but just saving the empty with all the definitions, all conversion rules, then you can reuse it in any other project. So this is just tip. Another thing what I want to show you briefly, it's like conversion rules. So let's do the test. Let's put it, and this is very cool what I'm going to show. We have a properties, and as you know, you can have a lot of properties on the objects. So let's do just some fake one. So let's me just add some let's on the base course add some generic, or we have a thickness already, but let's do very quickly something new, without using any extra tools, just directly putting them here in the properties. So I will call it the same, maybe MMI, it's the simplest one, then integer, and you will call, let's say, 200. Yes, or may, and this is what I want to also show you, that sometimes for this type of the generic properties, wise is to use the prefix, this vertical line, and then the name of the property. So then you will see them as it is, as it is here. And then when we will export, the status will become the property set name, and MMI will become the property itself, and the 200 will be the value. So we have this, I put it on the base course. So what you can do now, we have implemented, and as I said, I'm testing, I'm now in the 20, no, I'm, yeah, yes, again, for you to understand, I'm in the version 6. So this is not released yet. I don't know when it will be released, but just to show you something, what you will could expect in the future. So instead of going now to the conversion rules, maybe, sorry, do extra stuff. We put extra properties on that, so show attributes without value, because we have also some common, something called predefined property sets, and I will just put them here. I have some pset admin. I will just put some any values, just to have some logic there. Yes, so I have this one. So now I go back to my export. I edit my task. I go to the conversion, and I go again to here, and I need to edit it or create my new, and you will find now new button here, and you need to click now auto convert property sets for IFC export. So I selected that one, the first one. Then you see it's selected. Then I click save, and then I click OK, and I need to go back to the settings. And also on the object property set, you can decide which properties I want to export. So this is the brand new approach for our property set export. So instead of going to conversion rules and defining everything there, you can now, based on this approach, export what you wish. But then, of course, you need to be sure that your data structure, all property sets or properties, are correctly connected to any object. So let's also see, look at this. You can also exclude or include any property set. So if I don't want the generic, and as you remember, I added this MMI to generic, I can take it out. But remember, generic are treated as a one group. You cannot have the understanding what type of properties are there. So this is the disadvantage of generic, but also have generic has different advantages. But then if you create your definitions in the Quadri configuration, then of course you have better overview of all the properties, and this is of course easier to just select unselect what you wish. So let's do like that. We have selected everything. I just click OK, and then I just click finish again. So now we should go to the, as I remember, it was a base course. So we need to define this object. Let me find it again. Well, yeah, we just open again. Let's see if we find it easily. It should be probably under pavement. It was a base course. Yes, it was on the base course. And you see that all information are exported directly with just bypassing conversion rules. So this is something cool, I think, for you. So now you can just focus really on the data enrichment. You can put all this stuff on in your Quadri and then create very nice procedures for the export. And the next last part I want to show you in 1 minute, it's just dividing your road. So we have the it is maybe 600 meters. I would just want to export 100 meters of this road. How to do that? We go to back to select objects, but now we need to also go to the location. And here we have to select our network. It calls network. So I just click on the plus here. Then I go back. And now I need to design from where to where. So I will say from 100 to 200. Enter. So I have only now 55 objects. Oh, sorry, I need to click enter. Yes. From 100 to 200. I have that one. I click close. I need to go back to the settings and I will go here to object clipping. I need to select that one and say clip the object. I click OK. We can also see this in the preview. Before we export, we can also see if we clip it correctly. And I see that everything is correct. Now I click finish. So if I now open my model, I'm finishing, yes. I will just show you that the model is clipped and all definitions are correctly exported. Okay, that's it.
Yes. Thank you, Marcin. We have some
Questions?
questions. We have
Yes.
2 minutes for that. And the first one is, why is there no default settings where the IFC settings for road is already defined?
Can you again?
The
This
question
question.
is why there are no default settings where the IFC settings for road is already defined. I would guess some
Okay,
sort of.
so probably someone asked for this export. So we have default conversion rules, and you can do it. Uh, you can everything export as you will. Maybe this was one question, or the spatial
Yes.
breakdown to have it also here. Yeah. So you because it's easier for us to combine all domains because at the end you can also use this path and create your own project oriented procedures. So for us maintaining that, it's easier to give you one place of source, and then in the project on the project basis you can work as you wish, because there is so many countries using that, so many different projects, so many different processes, and we need to please everyone. So that's why we decided to do this as generic as possible.
Yes.
But of course, we
We
have
have
all this functionality to making your own configuration. Yes.
Yeah. We have
Next one.
one last question, if you can answer quickly, if it's possible. It's
Yes.
railway designs often have thousands of repeating objects, like railway sleepers. Is there any planned support for IFC type objects, references of a single object multiple times?
Yes. So the object typing This is what we are currently looking at. So I cannot tell you when it will be done, but this is the next step. So this is also very really used definition, the type. So next thing, the next big thing, because it's a huge thing to implement, will be the typing. But we just start the process, so we don't know yet when it will happen. But just wanted to assure you we are aware of that and we are working with that, because it's we think it's the, as you said, it will of course help to maybe decrease the number or the size of the file of, for example, a railway domain.
Mm.